this morning, an update on the Patton Village police officer who was the first coronavirus case in Montgomery County. Happy to report that he's back home recovering. That's Officer Chris Hernandez. He was released from CHI, St. Luke's Health, after spending more than a month battling the virus there. He was put on a ventilator at one point and treated with a rare therapy which removes blood from the body, pumps air into the blood, and then recirculates it back into the body.
I mean, there's not enough words out there for what they did for me. I just want them to keep doing what they're doing because they are saving people's lives. To those who aren't taking it seriously, COVID-19 is a monster. It will kill you. It almost killed me.
His recovery was historic in a sense for Texas because he was the first person in the state to get that specialized treatment.
Lawmakers in Fort Bend County are now coming together today to help collect donations of personal protective equipment for healthcare workers. This is all happening at the Stafford Center from 10 a.m. until noon. Some items that will be accepted at the drive: N95 mask, hand sanitizer with 60% alcohol, bleach spray and wipes, face shields, shoe coverings, and you can find the full list. That's just a few. You can find the entire list of what's being accepted on our website, clicktohouston.com. And as hospitals across the Houston area push to stay ahead of this virus, one hospital in Liberty County is now issuing a plea for personal protective equipment. The CEO of Liberty Dayton Regional Medical Center says with a potential surge, he just wants to be prepared and protect his team and the community without taking away from the healthcare workers in other big cities.
I thought it would be important for us to reach out and identify those ahead of time. Anyone who wants to volunteer, that we can go ahead and start a registry. It is potential that we could run out before we get our supply chain reinstated.
Now they say they are getting what they can from the state, but with the priorities going to the bigger cities, the help is not coming fast enough. For more information on how you can help, you can visit our website, clicktohouston.com.
A new agreement between the Houston Food Bank and the Harris County Commissioners will allow Houston residents impacted by coronavirus to get hundreds of thousands of pounds of food. Under the agreement, the food bank will now be able to provide 640,000 pounds of food. They'll also be able to hire an additional 80 temporary employees to help distribute the food. And that's on top of the other 100 that were hired last month. A local church is teaming up with the Houston Food Bank and Crossroads at Park Place to host a weekly drive-through pantry. That starts at 10 o'clock this morning. St. Paul's Episcopal Church will distribute bags of food and continue the effort every Thursday moving forward. The drive-through will be held in the parking lot of the church off Park Place Boulevard.
6:04 now. It was quite the sight in Cypress yesterday. Cars, look at this, backed up nearly 2 miles trying to get food for their families. This is all happening at the Houston Premium Outlets, which is now being used as part of a drive-up distribution for the Houston Food Bank. Now we spoke with some of the people who received food, who say despite waiting in line for 3 hours, they appreciate all the help they're receiving during this time that is filled with so many unknowns.
I missed one the other day, and this is like a dream come true. It's been life-changing, and we never saw this coming, so it's kind of devastating. I'm happy.
Families who were in line were given 25 pounds of produce, 35 pounds of protein like meat and chicken, and other staples including beef stew and bread. 6:05 now, developing across the nation. Dozens of Americans are protesting the stay-at-home orders. Protesters were seen across Michigan and in one California town yesterday. They call the quarantine effort a violation of their civil liberties. But state and federal officials continue to remind people that social distancing is working. President Trump says it is his right to take action if he doesn't approve the governor's plan to reopen the economy. NBC's Tracy Potts will break down what's expected from Washington today at 6:15.
Breaking news now at 6:06. A man's in the hospital after deputies say he led them on a foot chase after a traffic stop.
That's right. We're told the deputy ended up shooting the man. Channel 2's Kathy Hernandez joins us now live from the scene in North Harris County. So, Kathy, do we know if this deputy was hurt?
Right now, what they're telling us is that deputy was not hurt. So that is the good news. I want to show you the scene here. It's still very active. As they tell us now, deputies are going door to door looking for surveillance video to help with this investigation. Investigators say a deputy stopped a woman driver for speeding just before 2 this morning. They say the woman pulled over on Sweetwater and Beaver Bend, and a man jumped out of the passenger seat and ran. The woman drove off and has not been caught right now. The deputy chased the man on foot and noticed he had a gun.
Deputy was in fear of his life when the suspect displayed the gun. Deputy discharged his weapon multiple times. The suspect was shot multiple times, mainly in the lower extremities. He just got out of surgery, we're being told, and has been moved to ICU. So I would say he's in serious or critical condition.
The man was hit multiple times in the lower extremities. In addition to the gun, they say the man had a bag of what they believe to be crystal meth. No word on if he pointed the gun at the deputy or if there was an exchange of gunfire. The deputy is a 5-year veteran of the Harris County Sheriff's Office. He was not hurt. Detectives say they do have dash camera and body camera video, but are also searching for surveillance video this morning. So if you have any, and if you live in this area, please call the Harris County Sheriff's Office. Reporting live in North Harris County, Kathy Hernandez, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
Kathy, thank you. Coming up, continuing to answer your most pressing questions when it comes to the economic impact of the coronavirus pandemic, our consumer expert Amy Davis will have what you need to know.
And this morning is a nice cool start. We're in the upper 40s to low 50s. Enjoy it because these chilly starts, they will be a thing of the past. We'll say goodbye to those cool, comfortable temperatures and talk about heat and humidity in your full forecast coming up.
All right, 6:08 is not your time. You're taking a live look at the Gulf Freeway at Edgebrook. This is the scene of a stall. Crews are arriving on the scene trying to clear that out of the way. And speaking of the Gulf Freeway, there is some construction kicking off today. How that will impact your commute, and I'll give you those details on how to get around it. Stay with us.
No family should have to worry about their next meal.
KPRC2 and the Houston Food Bank are working together, and we need your help.
Text KPRC Meals to 41444 or go to clicktohouston.com to donate.
Thank you for helping our neighbors.
At Houston Garden Centers, we have wide open spaces, and we're wide open for business, where you have the time and space to find the perfect plants, trees, and ground covers to beautify your home. At Houston Garden Centers with better plants for less.
It's a new day, a new time, and through it all, through the challenges, through the concern, Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Texas is here, bringing you the care, comfort, and calm you've always depended on. In sickness and in health, we are in this together. We'll get through this together. So for a trusted resource, take heart in knowing Blue Cross is standing by you, with you, and for you, through it all.
Choose the variety you want from the largest selection of roses on the Gulf Coast. We offer you Floribundas, grandifloras, climbing roses, drift roses, hybrids, and a huge variety of knockout roses at Houston Garden Centers with better plants for less.
On the next Houston Live, 5 women try on one popular jumpsuit from Amazon. See if you should add this to your online shopping cart.
Plus, a local 12-year-old DJ who's gaining national attention, how she's using her talents to spin some smiles. Today at 1.
6:10 now. Our entire team has received hundreds of questions when it comes to stimulus checks, unemployment, all things consumer related that have Texans anxious. Our consumer expert Amy Davis is back with us live this morning. Amy had a virtual town hall that Channel 2 hosted last night. You were part of that. Amy, how did it go?
I think it went really well. I mean, we had experts there from the Texas Workforce Commission, from the Houston's Bar Association. So it went really well. As you guys know, we've been answering your questions on air, online, Click 2 and Facebook, and we continued that during last night's town hall.
Our income tax returns also delayed. Many people are counting on this money.
Yeah, and if you are counting on that money and you're expecting a refund, go do your income taxes and file them now. Yes, they did make an extension and they're not due until July 15th, but the IRS says that they do still have employees processing refunds. Right now, there is no delay in receiving your refund, so the sooner you file, the sooner you get your refund. They say on average it takes about 21 days for people to get their refund when they file, so there's incentive there for you to do it early. All right, so for those of you that didn't get to watch the town hall last night, don't worry. We've got it posted for you on click2houston.com. We've also got it right there for you on our Facebook page. They gave out a lot of good information last night. Owen.
They definitely did. And Amy, another question a lot of people have been asking is, will the stimulus money be deducted from our 2020 tax refunds?
Yeah, I've heard that question a lot. This income, no, it will not. The income is not it's not taxable income. You do not have to pay it back.
And what if you owe money, Amy? Will the IRS keep that money for that reason?
So, no, if you owe back taxes, the IRS will not take money out of your stimulus payment. They also won't take money out if you owe for federal student loans. The exception is if you do owe for back child support, they will take money out for your back child support out of your stimulus payment, but that's the only old debt that they'll be taking out money for
that one
from
makes
your payment.
Sense. Yeah, total sense. Okay, copy that, Amy. Thank you.
All right, again, for more on that, go to our
Thanks.
website, click2houston.com. Well, still ahead, she was one of the top Democratic presidential candidates in Decision 2020, but now Senator Elizabeth Warren is endorsing former Vice President Joe Biden. What's she saying when it comes to possibly being his running mate?
The Circle K secret word of the day is coffee. Enter it on click2houston.com for your chance to win free gas for a year.
The simplicity of a platinum pool means spending time with family and friends in your own backyard. Your platinum pool will make your house the place everyone wants to hang out. Platinum pools, we can prove the difference.
I'm a member of American Home Shield, which means this faucet may be freaking out, but I'm not.
All good here.
Something's wrong with my AC. It's blowing pretty hard and it won't turn off. Luckily, I'm a member of American Home Shield. My plan helps cover the cost when parts of more than 20 home appliances and systems wear out. If they can't repair them, they'll replace them.
American Home Shield is the largest and pays the most home warranty claims.
It covers things home insurance doesn't, no matter their age. It's a beautiful day.
I've never felt so good. Give American Home Shield a call to find the right plan for you.
800-301-2391. That's 800-301-2391. Hey, Janice!
HoustonMethodist.org says studies have shown that people who don't get enough quality sleep are more prone to getting sick after exposure to viruses such as those that can cause the common cold. To give your immune system the best chance to fight off infection and illness, it's important to know how much sleep you should be getting every night, as well as the steps to take if your sleep is suffering. If you need to get a better night's sleep, come to Gallery Furniture. Buy a Tempur-Pedic, Sealy Posturepedic, Stearns & Foster sleep set. Buy it today. Gallery Furniture delivers free to your Houston home in 3 or 4 hours. You'll sleep great tonight.
We are in this together, and that's why UT Physicians is serving urgent needs in our clinics and routine care through telehealth. We are ready to see you today. Better healthcare starts with you. UT Physicians.
Back at 6:14, a mother in New York who delivered her baby boy while suffering from COVID-19 and in a coma reunited with him for the first time. 36-year-old Yanira Soriano was finally well enough to come off the ventilator 10 days after her son Walter was delivered through an emergency C-section. And now she's finally going home with him. Doctors say Walter tested negative for coronavirus, although they will continue to monitor him with telehealth visits. The race for the White House now. Senator Elizabeth Warren is officially endorsing former Vice President Joe Biden for president. And that's not all. Warren says she would accept the job of the VP running mate if Biden asked. Biden pledged during a Democratic presidential debate a month ago to pick a woman to be my vice president, quote. Since that announcement, there's been speculation about who he would choose.
We'll have to wait and see about that. All right, coming up on 6:16 now this morning, a Florida man was arrested on charges of making a written threat to commit a mass shooting at a grocery store. Robert Kovner took to Facebook saying that he was upset that not enough people were wearing masks during the coronavirus pandemic. Now he's being held on a $6,000 bond. Well, there are nearly 640,000 cases of the coronavirus here in the United States, 6,187 of them in Southeast Texas. In our area, 115 people have died, 1,350 have recovered. And those numbers are expected to rise as more testing becomes available. Senate Democrats are hoping to expand testing across the United States, and they're asking for $30 billion to fund it. NBC's Tracy Potts joins us now live from Washington with more on what we can expect from the Trump administration today. Tracy.
Tanaya, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Today, expect President Trump to unveil the federal government's plan to reopen business in the nation. He's going to have a teleconference, a call with state governors, and then reveal this to the public. Now, a draft plan that we saw includes starting with places where the virus has peaked, reopening schools and child care centers there first so people can get back to work. Realizing, though, that there are other areas where the virus is still spreading. The president says those areas may not start to reopen until June, but there are others that may start before the 1st of May. He says that governors will have say in what happens in their states, but that he has ultimate authority. We are also looking today at the money for small businesses so they can pay their bills and reopen. That fund, government officials say, is almost empty. In fact, they suggested it may have been drained overnight, and Congress is still at odds over how and when to replenish it. Tanaya?
All right, another big day in Washington. Thank you, Tracy. Coming up on the Today Show, Secretary of State Mark Esper will talk about the Department of Defense's efforts to help stop the spread of the coronavirus here in the country. This, says the department, has committed 50,000 U.S. service members, from medical personnel to air crews, to take part in the struggle against the virus. That, again, straight ahead on Today.
6:18 right now. Let's talk with Britta. Another cool morning out there. The trend continues.
Yes, it does, but limited time. So today's the last day of widespread 70s. Make sure that you really soak it in and enjoy it this morning. It's another chilly start. A lot of upper 40s out there. We're at 49 degrees at Bush Airport, upper 40s in Katy, but a little more mild south of I-10. So Hobby Airport, we're back to the 50s. In Galveston, you woke up in the 50s yesterday. Today, you're in the 60s. So those slight changes starting to take place. It's still going to be a really comfortable afternoon. We're holding on to the lower humidity, and this afternoon we're topping off in the mid-70s. So get outside and enjoy it. You're really going to notice the difference with the humidity tomorrow. Unfortunately, tree pollen is still very high, as well as grass pollen. So if you do head out for that social distant walk, try and open up the windows in your house. If you have severe allergies, I would skip those two activities for today. Let's take a look up to the northwest. Currently in Colorado over the Rockies, tracking snow. That is the next weather system that's going to try and make a play at Southeast Texas, but it's staying just to the north of us. So for tomorrow, it will be just close enough to really pull in that Gulf moisture. You're going to feel the humidity. We'll have more cloud cover, and an isolated afternoon shower is possible, but the rain chance is low tomorrow at 20%. Different story for this weekend. So we have a few systems pushing in from the west. That's going to give us a better chance of rain. The timing, Saturday afternoon through the evening, and then we have a second round of rain anticipated for Sunday afternoon through Sunday evening. Some of those thunderstorms on Sunday, they could produce some heavier downpours, but rainfall between now and Sunday currently coming in about 2 to 3 inches for our north counties and 1 to 2 inches of rain for the metro area. We can easily take that on. It would be beneficial, but it does mean that we have rain in your weekend forecast. So if you want to get your kids out for that bike ride just in your cul-de-sac, maybe do it in the morning hours of Saturday and Sunday. Here's a full look at that 10-day forecast. This is why we were stressing all week long to take advantage of the cooler temperatures, looking a little more Houston-like, right? A lot of 80s out there, and next week we'll be pushing 90 degrees by next Tuesday. Anavid, over to you.
All right, Britta, 6:20 now your time. We've got some things to watch out for in terms of weather this weekend. This is a look at the Gulf Freeway. I do want to let you know that that crash that I was tracking earlier this morning that I showed you earlier in the show, which resulted in a stall that has now since cleared, crews arrived on the scene and cleared it out of the way at Edgebrook. Let's go ahead and travel on over to South Houston near the Gulf Freeway. We are tracking a bridge replacement construction area that kicks off off today. Now, this is affecting the bridge over Brays Bayou at Telephone Road and Lawndale Street. So heads up for that if you do live near the Wayside neighborhood. I do want to let you know if you do typically take the Telephone Road and Lawndale bridges, this is what you need to watch out for and consider. Wayside Drive and Harrisburg Boulevard are two alternate routes in the area. Now, I did speak with the Harris County Flood Control District yesterday, and they told me that the neighborhoods shouldn't be impacted. There's no major closures in the area, but the Telephone Road Bridge and Lawndale Street Bridge are definitely going to be, taken out, and you won't be able to use those for quite some time. Guys?
Thank you, Anavid. A surplus chicken sale drawing long lines in North Carolina. This is a parking lot of a draft house where House of Rayford Farms, they were selling 40-pound boxes of chicken. Thighs, breasts, wings, whatever the folks wanted. Anywhere from $35 up to $60.
They're still bringing in and processing chicken every day. So they want to turn around and give a little bit of savings to the community and maintain their farmers' business and their business at the same time.
That's one of the big headlines out of this food-wise is the fact that, especially with chicken wings, there's an overabundance of them right now. So they're bringing their supplies out to pass the, savings, if you will, on to the folks there in the town.
Time now is 6:22. Cinemark plans to reopen its movie theaters come July. The company shut down theaters across the country on March 17th due to the coronavirus. The Texas-based firm told investors that it plans to open in time for the July 17th release of the Warner Brothers action thriller Tenet, followed by Disney's delayed release of Mulan, which is now scheduled to open on July 24th. These theaters would either operate at 50% occupancy or sell every other seat. And the business would include reduced operating hours.
Best Buy will furlough 51,000 workers starting Sunday. It'll impact nearly all part-time and some full-time employees in the United States. Best Buy says it'll continue to cover their cost of health benefits and pay tuition reimbursements for at least 3 months. Another 5 million unemployment claims could be added to the national tally today, but the jobless trend may be peaking. Maribel's here. Let's hope so.
That's the hope. Owen, Wall Street bracing, though, for this latest round of jobless claims. I'll tell you why some are forecasting claims could start leveling off soon. Details next. Stay with us.
This is kind of a first for all of us. But maybe this is a time to put other things first, like being the first to check in, or the first to try your hand at the culinary arts, or all the arts. Be the first to volunteer, or the first to say it's all going to be okay. And when the day comes where we're no longer looking at our worlds from the inside out, it will be what we did in here that will make us stronger out there.
The 3-row Subaru Ascent. Room for up to 8 passengers. Choice of second-row captain's chairs or bench seating. Standard EyeSight driver assist technology. Coming from Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand for 5 years running, the 3-row Subaru Ascent. Love is now bigger than ever.
Right now, get 0% APR financing for 63 months on the 2020 Subaru Ascent.
Morning! Welcome to K9 Hide and Seek.
I found the craziest thing. Don't worry, my bones and ribs broke my fall.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine, tonight on NBC. Tonight, it's the farewell season of Will and Grace.
I'm pregnant!
You're trying to cook a baby in an old 1970s Easy Bake, lady.
Will and Grace, tonight on NBC.
6:25 right now. Get excited, Star Wars fans. There's a new release coming up that you definitely want to know about. Disney Plus is debuting a new 8-part docu-series called Disney Gallery: The Mandalorian. It's a behind-the-scenes look at how the popular Mandalorian series was created, including interviews and never-before-seen footage. Executive producer Jon Favreau hosts this series, which debuts on May 4th, the day that fans celebrate all things Star Wars. May the 4th be with you. After that, Disney Plus will stream the new episode every Friday.
The new Mandalorian, it was so good. So that sounds like fun.
I know.
I'll even watch that. Hey, the coronavirus outbreak has forced America's job market to tank over the last several weeks. Millions more unemployment claims are expected to be announced in today's weekly update. Let's check in with Maribel. She's live from her home studio. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Owen. One factor in today's trading is expected to be that report on weekly jobless claims. It's expected to show another 5 million people filed for unemployment benefits last week. That would bring the 4-week total to about 22 million Americans seeking benefits due to the coronavirus. But some economists believe jobless claims may be close to peaking. They're hoping the government's aid to small businesses will bring down the number of people filing for unemployment in the weeks ahead. Meanwhile, investors are looking to see if stocks can rebound after yesterday's sell-off. Right now, Dow futures show a gain of about 117 points at the open. That report on weekly jobless claims is due out this morning. That could have a big impact on trading. Yesterday, the Dow was down 445 points, a 1.8% drop. The S&P fell 2.2. The NASDAQ lost 1.4. Owen and Tenaya futures have been sort of moving all morning. We'll see what happens at the opening bell. Weekly jobless claims come in about an hour.
Yeah, it would be nice, obviously, to see them level off, but it's just hard not to think about the folks who already have felt that pain and how long they'll be out of work, regardless of new claims, right? So, anyway, but thank you, Maribel. We'll see what that number is today.
Yes, we'll see you tomorrow, Maribel. Well, today is Selena Day here in Texas.
Yeah, how you can celebrate in her honor.
6:27 is your time. If you're coming in from the Sugar Land area, Missouri City area, heads up, there is a crash working near the Southwest Freeway. I'll give you that information just minutes away. No weather woes this morning. It is beautiful. Here's a live look on the island along seawall. Temperatures right now in Galveston in the 60s, but many of you are still waking up in the upper 40s. These cool temperatures, they will be a thing of the past. We have heat moving back into the forecast, and some weekend downpours to time out.
We stand with you. Together, we are strong. We are Houston.
At Papa John's, we want you to know that from our 450-degree oven to box to you, it's our policy that your pizza is never touched once it comes out of the oven. And we're taking extra steps like no contact delivery to ensure it.
When we face adversity, we find a way through it. It's about taking care of each other. It's the small parts that make a big difference. At Chevy, we promise to do ours. We're offering current Chevy owners OnStar Crisis Assist services and complimentary Wi-Fi data. If you need a new Chevy, interest-free financing for 84 months with deferred payments for 120 days on many of our most popular models. You may even shop online and take delivery at home where available. It's just our way of doing our part.
Yes, Gallery Furniture is open 7 days a week from 9 in the morning till 10 at night. Yes, Gallery Furniture is practicing social distancing. Yes, Gallery Furniture can deliver your new furniture in 3 or 4 hours to your Houston area home today. Free delivery. Yes, Gallery Furniture has extended financing terms. You can apply financing on galleryfurniture.com. Yes, you can buy online, you can buy on the phone, or you can buy in store any way you want to do it. Best of all, buy your new furniture today, save lots of money. Gallery Furniture delivers free to your Houston area home today.
For your peace of mind, many of our service centers are open. If you need to replace your vehicle, Toyota will defer your payments for 90 days. And every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, a no-cost maintenance plan for 2 years or 25,000 miles. We're here for you. Contact your local Toyota dealer to see how they can help. Toyota.
No, this ain't no sandwich. Because on a sandwich, they ask you if you want cheese. But on a papadilla, cheese is what's holding the whole operation together. Get one now for just $6. Better ingredients, better pizza, better than a sandwich. Papa John's.
Live from KPRC, this is Channel 2 News Today.
Good morning. We've got more testing coming to the Houston area where you can go for free today, even if you don't have symptoms. Plus 2 Walgreens soon to have tests that give results in minutes.
And we're all doing our part to stay home, stay safe, stop the spread, and protect healthcare workers. Coming up, what nurses inside the coronavirus ICU say it means to them.
Hey, if you will need to see a doctor at all this year for a checkup to get a prescription refilled, go ahead and put it on your to-do list now to make an appointment. Doctors are seeing patients virtually during the pandemic. I'm going to explain why getting in will save you both time and money. Two things we like to hear. Thank you, Amy. Well, good morning, everyone. 6:30 now on a Thursday morning. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Tanaya Wright.
I'm Owen Conflenti. Good morning. We'll join Anna Vade for a traffic update in a moment. First, though, Britta with another beautiful day ahead.
It is. Look at that sunrise setting up. This is right over downtown right now. Temperatures north of I-10, still a little chilly. We're in the 40s, so grab a light sweater. But we're starting to see the changes, especially at the coast. Galveston, you've been waking up in the 50s. You're still cool and comfortable, but we're in the low 60s. So that's the direction where we're going. We're expecting a little more heat over the next few days, so really take advantage of today. Here's a live look from our tower camera here at Channel 2 News. You're looking towards downtown along the Southwest Freeway this afternoon. We're going to be in the mid-70s, still holding on to the low humidity. A beautiful, beautiful afternoon. To the north of town, we'll be in the mid-70s in Conroe, 75 degrees at Bush Airport, and the low to mid-70s in Galveston. Typically, we would be at 80 degrees. We'll talk about a lot of heat on that 10-day forecast coming up. Tanaya?
Thank you, Britta. Well, we are continuing to follow the latest number of coronavirus cases across the Houston area. And the good news is we are seeing some signs of progress. There are now 6,187 confirmed cases. Now, here's another way you can look at those numbers. This chart shows the last 5 days. Remember, we knew these numbers would climb. We are up more than 900 cases since Saturday. 115 people have died from the virus, and we do know at least 1,350 people have recovered. And as more testing becomes available, those numbers will rise. Health reporter Haley Hernandez joins us now with more on the new testing sites that people here can go to. Haley.
That's right, Tanaya. So another free testing site is opening up today in our area. It will be at Fire Station number 5 in Galveston. That's on Ball Street. And remember, there are several other free testing sites all across Houston that you can go to whether you are showing symptoms or not. But you can't just show up. You do have to pre-register by phone or online. For all of these details and locations, we've posted an article on click2houston.com/coronavirus. Now, an antibody test has come to the Houston area. We've talked a lot about these kinds of tests that shows if you have ever been exposed to coronavirus. The idea is that knowing this could help to open up non-essential businesses. Now, a local clinic says they've got a finger prick that can give antibody results in as little as 10 minutes. Of course, there's a lot of skepticism about whether these tests really work since some failed early studies. But we're told this test in Katy is about as good as it gets.
Reviewing the data behind this test, it has a sensitivity and specificity greater than 95%.
So Dr. O'Dealy and his team at Apex Urgent Care are among the first to offer this test in the Houston area. It costs $85. And rapid testing is also coming to 2 new Walgreens drive-through sites in Harris County tomorrow. There will be one on Westheimer and Highway 6, and the other one's going to be in Pasadena along West Southmore Avenue and Shaver Street. Each one is going to be able to conduct 200 rapid tests every day, and results can be found in just 15 minutes. Man, that's a big improvement. Testing is going to be by appointment only there too, and patients have to be pre-screened, so you can't just show up and get one. Now, last night at 6, I showed you a box that healthcare professionals are using at St. Luke's to keep them safe from infection. Well, now Memorial Hermann is using something similar, and they sent me this video of clear screens that help registration and triage nurses stay safe while they're assessing patients. That's a much larger box that you see goes all the way around them. They also have smaller intubation boxes to go over a patient's face to protect the physicians. Now, since it's common for patients to be coughing when they're putting in those breathing tubes, that's why it's important for that procedure. Memorial Hermann is also putting the IV pumps outside of patients' rooms in order to limit the amount of time that staff actually has to go inside and be in direct contact with these patients. And Houston is America's 4th largest city, but research shows we're holding our own against COVID-19. The Houston Health Department released these new numbers to give us an idea of how our area is doing compared to hotspots all across the nation. These are the number of cases per 100,000 people. As you can see, New Orleans leads with more than 1,400, while Houston has 99. And Houston Methodist nurses say those low numbers are exactly what's keeping them safe. I spoke to 2 nurses working in what they're calling the coronavirus ICU. And right now there are 88 patients total in the Methodist ICU beds. When they manage to discharge one, they say one other comes in right behind them. So it is more than just hard work. This is emotionally draining.
Hospital staff on what's been called the front lines of COVID-19, working to save lives of the patients making headlines. The ones who are so sick, family can't be by their side due to the risks that come with infection. So nurses like Alexandra Carnahan and Carmina Ana Catalan have to be their caretakers and their comfort.
Even if they're intubated and sedated, speak to them as if they're not, as if they're awake. Let them know where they are, kind of what you're doing around in the room. And I think now, especially because family isn't there to hold their hand or be with them, I'm even more cognizant about it.
They say they help patients communicate with family members through computer screens for support. And after 12-hour days, they go home alone, choosing to distance from their family at a time when they could use them.
I've definitely had a lot of hard days where I have felt very lonely. None of us have seen most of our family in a long time. FaceTime and Zoom are wonderful, but it's just not the same. Just having a big hug is really something that I used to take for granted, and I don't at all now, because having even a pat on the back is like...
These nurses are only in their 20s, and while so many may say this is what they signed up for, they never could have predicted a pandemic like this would mark their career so early on.
Right now, I feel like I'm personally doing okay. It's hard. It is hard every day, and it's knowing that this is something to be done, and that knowing that I'm doing something for the greater good really helps me. Yeah.
So I asked them if they're prepared to endure this for the long haul, and they said actually what's been getting them through this crisis has been the tremendous community support that they've felt. They said people have brought meals and care packages, and they are just genuinely touched by the generosity of Houstonians. Nice to hear, right, Tanaya?
It really is nice to hear, and as we saw, they have really good attitudes about all of this. So the question is there anything that they need from the community right now? You said they've been getting a lot of donations.
You know, in addition to the donations, they're telling me that they're grateful for the people who are social distancing. They say that they believe that's what's keeping the number of patients down, and that's what's protecting them. So one thing they said that actually surprised me, though, is how many young patients they're treating that have complications with coronavirus. So tonight at 6 p.m., I'm going to have more from these nurses about what they want you to know is really happening in the ICU right now.
Definitely. All right, looking forward to that. Thank you, Haley.
You know, we've received hundreds of questions about the stimulus checks. The IRS has released an online form that now allows you to upload your bank account information so you can receive your payments quickly. The new Get My Payment feature allows the agency to transfer the payments of up to $1,200 per person faster than doing it with paper checks, which could take months for some folks. The website also allows people to check the status of your payment. And now, 2 Congress members are proposing new legislation that could bring even more financial relief to Americans. Proposal to provide citizens over the age of 16 with $2,000 a month plus an additional $500 per child, and the payments would continue until the employment returns to pre-COVID-19 levels, if passed.
Time now is 6:39. Governor Abbott is going to release his plan to jumpstart the state's economy tomorrow. Now, as of right now, there is no word yet on exactly what time he's going to share those details with us. Governor Abbott says this is not going to be a rush to the gates, everyone's able to suddenly reopen all at once kind of plan. But we do know that President Trump is set to talk to Governor Abbott and the other 49 governors across the country about reopening the economy today.
More than 16 million Americans have filed for unemployment so far since mid-March. This morning, we're expecting another update on how many folks are looking for those benefits. Our Vincent Crivelli is joining us now. We've heard of hundreds of complaints about wait times filing with the Texas Workforce Commission, but we got an update, Vincent, from them yesterday.
That's right. They've added 2 new call centers and now have over 500 people answering calls. They're trying to play catch up as the unemployment numbers continue to rise.
Received a phone call from my lovely manager who said, you know, there's no easy way to say this, but we're not flying anymore. You have to be laid off.
It's a phone call over 16 million Americans have already received since mid-March. The TWC trying to keep up.
Doing that to continue to provide the benefits that Texans deserve and need.
The Texas Workforce Commission says it's paid out more than $400 million in unemployment benefits since mid-March.
Everyone that is qualified will receive benefits. And in fact, it won't be just from the date that they are apply for benefits, but we're going to backdate that as far back as March 8th.
At 7:30 this morning, the latest unemployment numbers come out. President Trump is also expected to make a big announcement today.
These encouraging developments have put us in a very strong position to finalize guidelines for states on reopening the country.
President Trump says the U.S. is doing well in the fight against coronavirus, and he plans to unveil his guidelines to opening the economy after a conference call with all 50 governors who have the final word on when and how their states will move forward.
Let's find out where we are. Let's find out the facts, then we'll make a decision. Everyone has been wrong about everything for this entire duration. And again, on Friday, Governor Abbott plans to release details of his plan to reopen and jumpstart the Texas economy. Reporting live in Houston, Vincent Crivelli, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
Coming up on 642 now this morning, Houston ISD is continuing to serve meals to students. Here's a list of locations and times you can pick them up. They're at Hartsfield Elementary, Jane Long Academy, Burris Elementary, Wheatley High School, and Fawnwood Early Childhood Center. Now we have the full list along with the other locations for the rest of the week posted on our website, clicktohouston.com.
642. Let's rejoin Britta, get a check of our weather today.
Yeah, looking great for today. So let's take a live look outside by Miller Outdoor Theater, Centennial Gardens. It is nice and crisp here in Houston this morning. We're waking up in the 40s. By lunchtime, we're up to 70 degrees. And this afternoon, picture perfect. Mid-70s. We're keeping low humidity in place, and we have sunshine in the forecast with just a few clouds. The changes really start to take place tomorrow, so enjoy it. This is the last day of widespread 70s that we're going to have for quite some time. The 80s will be taking over. We'll talk about humidity and also some weekend downpours in your forecast coming up in just a few moments. Tanaya?
Thank you, Britta. Well, homeschooling, virtual work meetings, even worship services, all part of our lives right now.
Consumer expert Amy Davis with more on what we need to know when it comes to talking to our doctor from home.
Yeah, absolutely. While we're all staying home to stay healthy, who says we can't check in with our doctor? Coming up, I'm going to tell you why signing up and making an appointment right now can not only save you time, but also money. That's coming up.
On the next Houston Live, 5 women try on one popular jumpsuit from Amazon. See if you should add this to your online shopping cart.
Plus, a local 12-year-old DJ who's gaining national attention, how she's using her talents to spin some smiles. Today at 1.
At Cigna, we don't just stand with healthcare professionals in this time of crisis. We run with them toward those in need. We are 7,000 doctors, nurses, pharmacists, and therapists supporting their efforts on the ground and virtually. And just as we are by their side, we're by yours too, with answers to your most pressing questions and expert advice at Cigna.com/COVID-19.
How can we overcome organ failure? With expertise built from years of researching and performing multi-organ transplants, delivering better outcomes for you.
That's the difference between practicing medicine and leading it.
Every morning, we come together to find hope.
These are times when we want to be with our families. What's your word of comfort?
I'm rediscovering a strength with family and friends, which has really come through in this time of need.
Everybody who is separated, we are with you.
Back at 6:45, tracking the growing number of coronavirus cases in the area, 6,187. There have been 115 deaths, 1,350 recoveries. Yesterday, Mayor Turner and local health officials said the city of Houston is showing positive signs in the fight against COVID-19.
In homeschooling, virtual work meetings, even worship services are now being done inside of our homes with the government mandates to stay safe and stay at home to slow the spread of the coronavirus.
You can add doctor's appointments to that list of things you can do virtually. Our consumer expert Amy Davis is back with how to save time and money doing that right now.
Yeah, hey, good morning, guys. If you're anything like me, you had to cancel several doctor's appointments that you had scheduled before this whole stay home, stay healthy, before those orders started. Well, now is the time to check back in with your doctors and your children's doctors, because many of them are working virtually right now. We discovered that most large insurance companies will not require you to pay anything out of pocket right now.
Yes, you can put your feet correctly. You don't have to go all the way up.
Rachel Green's daughter, Reagan, usually attends physical therapy at Texas Children's Hospital every other week. But a few weeks ago, her therapist asked if she wanted to do her appointments at home via telemedicine.
At first, I kind of was like, okay, it's a physical therapy appointment, but we're going to do it virtually. But we had our first appointment about 3 weeks ago, and it was awesome.
So now 11-year-old Reagan does her exercises on camera as her therapist looks and watches.
The therapist would direct me in regards to how to help her to get the exercise just right. So it's been a really great experience. We just had one yesterday, and we have another one in 2 weeks.
And the best part, Rachel hasn't had to pay the normal $50 copay for Reagan's physical therapy visits because her health insurance provider, Cigna, is waiving customer cost sharing fees right now.
We have not paid that since we switched to the telehealth, and that's actually been great, especially with everything economically going on.
A quick visit to the websites of Aetna, Blue Cross Blue Shield, and Humana confirm all are waiving copays for telemedicine visits.
Telemedicine visits can range from a telephone call all the way into a virtual video call where you're face-to-face with the provider.
Dr. Taria Richmond usually sees dozens of patients at her private medical practice in 3rd Ward. Now she's seeing those patients virtually while they stay in their homes for routine visits.
Refilling prescriptions, making sure that patients have what they need, things like headaches, fatigue, things like that, where we can see you, we can look at you, and believe it or not, a lot of our decision making comes from the history and talking with the patients.
All right, so Dr. Richmond says that she can call in prescriptions for birth control, even urinary tract infections. Obviously, there are some visits that require you to be in person there with a doctor. If that's the case, they'll let you know. Otherwise, now's the time to contact your doctor and find out if you can do your next few visits virtually. You will save yourself the commute time, the copay, possibly even parking fees from the medical center. So we've got all this information for you online, and we're also linking you to therapists and some other doctors who are offering free sessions via telemedicine right now. You'll find that on click2houston.com. I'm consumer expert Amy Davis, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
A silver lining with more efficiency perhaps going forward. Thank you, Amy.
Definitely. Thank you, Amy. All right, 6:48. Let's get a check on our weather with Britta. Look at that, 49 degrees right now, Britta.
I know, nice and crisp. So this entire week has been fabulous. Today, another great day. It's nice and cool out there, so grab a light jacket. We're at 49 degrees here in Houston, but south of I-10, we're generally in the 50s this morning, low 60s.